Hey guys, Dusty here. Today I'm going to give you 3 of some of the most effective indoor bike workouts that you can do that take 1 hour or less. So I'm going to give you 3 different workouts that focus on different things. One is going to be a strength focus, another is going to be more of a threshold type workout, and then lastly we'll focus on one that's more VO2. Now an hour really isn't that long when it comes to training on the bike, but there's lots of high quality riding in these bike workouts and I hope you like them. Okay, so workout 1 is going to be some over gear work or hills on the bike. As I'm sure many of you know, and for those of you that don't, you'll find out fairly soon after doing triathlon, that triathlon is a strength specific sport and doing strength work, especially on the bike, is very, very important. So out of all of 3 of the workouts, this is the one that I would probably recommend actually having more than an hour to do. But if you are strapped for time, I have made a workout and condensed it into a 1 hour session. So you're going to warm up for 10 minutes and then you're going to do 3 by 10 minutes at, let's say, anywhere from 80 to 90% of your FTP. And this is all done at 55 to 65 cadence. So really low grinding cadence to really focus on that strength aspect. Stay seated the entire time. You don't have to stand up and push the pedals, especially if you're only putting out 80 to 90% of your FTP. And your recovery between each of the 10-minute strength efforts is 5 minutes easy. So that should be about 50 to 55% of your FTP, just like you're descending down a hill. And for the recovery sections, bring your cadence back up to normal. So if you usually ride 85 cadence, bring that back up during the recovery section. After the 3 by 10 minutes, all you have left is 5 minutes cool down, and there's your 1 hour ride, and you got in 30 minutes worth of hill work. Okay, workout number 2. This is one that I've been doing for many years, and this one is more of a threshold type workout. You can do this anywhere from right at your FTP to about 110% of your FTP. In the past, I've called this the hour of power. However, if you're on Zwift, this exact workout is called the Gorby, and you'll find it under the menu 1 hour and under, I believe. So real simple workout. You're going to warm up for 10 minutes and then get right into 5 by 5 minutes at about 100 to 110% of your FTP, and you're going to recover for 5 minutes in between at about 55% of your FTP. So just to show on the screen here, if you have an FTP of say 200, this is how the workout would break down. I typically find if your FTP is set correctly, then you should be able to get through this workout at 110%. When it starts to feel too easy, you know it might be time to retest your FTP. And likewise, if you're just getting started back on the bike, this workout can be too hard at 110%, so lower it down to 100% of your FTP. These 5-minute intervals are hugely beneficial. Overall, it's 25 minutes of really high quality work and a workout that you can do every week or every other week. Alright, and lastly, we're going to get into some VO2 riding. So I really like doing 1-minute intervals, and you can do anywhere from 10 to 20 of them. If you're starting out, you might only do 10 and you might need 2 minutes easy in between each of the intervals. And if you're quite fit, you can do 20 of them with only 1 minute in between each of the intervals. So how to structure this workout? I would start out with 10 to 15 minute warm up, and I would do 4 or 5 20 to 30 second efforts, maybe building up to your FTP or slightly over. This is just to prime the body, prime the legs, get you ready for the main set because you're going to be putting out some really high power. Okay, and let's say on this day you want to do 15 by 1 minute. Now you have to make sure that all of these intervals are at least at 120% of your FTP. So if your FTP is 200, then I want you doing these minute intervals bare minimum at 240, if not quite a bit higher than that. So for myself, the best version of this workout that I've ever done, I did 20 by 1 minute at 135% of my FTP with 2 minutes easy in between. When you do these VO2 efforts, you don't need to be riding for very long. These VO2 type workouts are easily done in under 1 hour, and I prefer doing 1 minute intervals. You can do 30-second intervals, you can do 40-second intervals. You can even go up to 2 and 3 minutes and still get a good effect, but I recommend just doing a minute, and it's really not that hard of a workout as long as you're fresh and your FTP is set correctly. And that's it. Those are 3 pretty simple but effective workouts when it comes to indoor riding under 1 hour. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more everything running, triathlon, and nutrition related.